All right, this is season 3, episode 5, The Flayed. Robert, are you ready to get flayed?
Ew.
I think Robert's been flayed.
No. God. I hope not.
No, God, no. In 3, 2, 1, play. Robert Laddie, you got the shinnin. Meanwhile, at the elevator,
That's still going.
that reminds me of Spy Kids 2, where like they're falling in that volcano and they fall for so long, eventually they just stop being scared. It's like, what time is it?
Bill and Ted also does a gag like that in the second movie.
Jared, that's why we are geeks, not nerds. Well, Robert's a nerd. That's why he's always lecturing me. Danny, I wonder if 5 will bring back flaying. I don't think so. I hope not. Like it feels like we've moved past that.
Yeah, the season at least seems to definitively say the Mind Flayer is dead.
He's dead,
But
Jim.
yeah, it's just funny because I remember all the way back in season 2, like the big fan theory with the Mind Flayer was, oh, maybe that's number 1. Maybe that's the original that's now become this monster in the Upside Down. Which the Duffer Brothers were like, huh, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's just do that, but make up a new character to do that with in season 4. And then season 4 establishes that the Mind Flayer was just like a weapon that was being used by Vecna, and it's like it doesn't seem consistent, but whatever. Like the Mind Flayer was just a lapdog that Vecna created to do some of his evil deeds. Like, I'm not gonna say the show jumped the shark, but this does get damn close.
I like how this is the jump the shark moment, but nothing else in any of the show is the jump the shark moment.
It's pretty silly. Oh, that's good. Attention to detail. There's a Lynx truck or van outside this building, which we know is tied to the mall, but they don't yet. And once again, I can't see anything. Gotta love these nighttime scenes. Yeah, exactly, Teddy. This is their fuck it. Let's get that season. Which I see was. But when this season was coming out, though, it was exciting for me because this is my first like real new season.
I feel like this might have
Uh,
been mine too. I don't remember though.
because I think I start watching the show like shortly after season 2 drops. It's
Mhm.
around when season 2 drops when I start watching the show. Better dead than red. Shoot 'em, Hop. He's a commie. Oh, take the shot. And again, maybe that's why I was won over on Vecna, just because most of our villains in prior seasons were like this guy who aren't particularly developed. This is just
No,
henchman man.
I agree, and it was nice to finally have something with personality.
Yeah. This is a good little Die Hard callback. You're a policeman.
And the funniest thing with
It's,
Hopper is that we show that he drinks a lot, smokes a lot, but then the action comes in and he's suddenly a 20-year-old in an action movie.
yeah. Yeah, he gets that burst of energy that we all get. Yeah, it's the adrenaline.
And to
I
be
also
fair, we
do
did
like
get
that he
Brenner.
gets that.
Yeah, and like I like
Yeah.
Brenner, but like an actual monster with like
Mhm.
personality. We don't have any villains with personality in 2 and 3 because it's the same possession storyline.
Mhm. Yeah, it's all just like with Billy, it's all his performance, where you just get his natural charisma. And also
Yes.
Matthew Modine as Brenner, I mean, he's pretty one note in season 1. Like you don't really get to know him. Season 4 fleshes him out. And that's some of the stuff that really works. That's one of those little gags I kind of like when Hopper tosses his keys to Joyce and she just doesn't catch them. That's a good little bit. But yeah, of these first 3 seasons, like you could make an argument that Billy is the best villain.
He might be my pick. Wow, no, he really is just Arnold in that first Terminator.
He is.
Wow, that was a long cold open.
Yeah, it's fine. By season 5, the cold opens will be an hour, and then the episode will be 3 hours.
I have that. I have that with Assassin's Creed, the last one that they did, Valhalla, or the second to last one. You don't get the credit, the opening like titles, until like 6 hours into the game. That game's like 200 million hours long.
As long as we can agree that the best cold open in any movie ever is the Friday the 13th remake, when it's a third of the movie.
Yeah, no, that is pretty good. I was just thinking. I wasn't thinking about length, but no, that is good. Friday 9 might have my favorite cold opening though, just because it is just a Friday movie for 5 minutes.
Oh wait, which one?
Friday
Which one?
9, where it's just
Oh,
Jason
9.
Goes to Hell, where it's just a
Yeah,
Jason
that
movie
opening's
for
great.
like 5 minutes before it dissolves into
Goes off the
nonsense.
rails.
Hey, the best villain in the whole series is whoever tells Will his hair looks good. Robert, I didn't know you were
Yeah,
the
that.
villain of the story.
Oh God, that's the real crime.
No, Robert, you were supposed to say, I am the villain of the story.
And this is the thing this season does a lot. Characters bicker, they break up, or just argue, and then before they get to resolve their issues, that a plot's happening, so they have to put that shit aside. Which sometimes I kind of love. I love stories where characters have to leave their bullshit aside and focus on what's important. But does it feel like that's what we're doing?
Mm.
It's just no. We need to take a break from the character stuff. Also, it's like, hey, check on Will. He might. It's like, all right, we haven't had like any Jonathan and Will screen time this season. I miss when we saw those characters together.
Yeah. No, it really feels like Jonathan is defined by his relationship with Nancy in this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we kind of, and again in season 4, there was like one really good Jonathan and Will scene.
Yeah, they remembered,
Which is
oh,
all you
these
get.
guys are brothers.
Yep.
I have it titled wrong on Twitch. God damn it.
Okay. This is a trope I don't love when a character's trying to communicate with a character who doesn't speak their language and resorts to acting silly. It's like that's not going to work. not. It's not how language barriers work.
Yeah, but I'm more forgiving of that with like Joyce.
Yeah, it's not the worst I've seen.
But no, she has kind of regressed to meet Hopper.
Dude, they've had a long couple days. To be fair, that and I think from this point forward, I'm even more okay with the Hopper stuff because he hasn't slept. He's gotten beaten up. He's very angry. This is where it feels a lot more in
Yeah.
character and earned because he's frustrated. Stop.
Why did you just say that?
And now we're at the start of Alexi's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
I was very confused for a second.
This is I love this shot. That's a really cool, seamless transition to
No, it
11's
is, but
perspective
I was like, what
and the
the fuck
board.
is happening? What? Did
They
he
all
just like
evaporated.
where did Thanos come into this?
This is the where some of the Max stuff starts to bother me. Like she sees 11 having her nosebleeds. She's gotten kind of beat up by Billy, and then she's gonna keep pushing her with using her powers. It's like, hey, maybe back off a little, and then the show's on her side.
The show thinks it's like pushing her for free thought. It's like no, you're just encouraging her to hurt herself.
She's just doing what Max is telling her to
Yeah.
do. I really wish we had a scene where it's like, okay, Mike, you're a little too controlling. You need to back up. Max, you need to not push it. Like you're both kind of in the wrong.
You mean
And
for
I need to.
11 to have any kind of original thought or like
Yes.
character? Teddy, imagine being Alexi, a genius scientist working for a secret, ethically bad project for your country, that getting kidnapped by two bickering Americans that may or may not be idiots. Look, he's also having a long day, okay?
Like it's annoying that when Eleven's with Max, it's like, haha, this is funny. But then when Eleven's with Mike, it's cold shoulder, brooding, angst. Like, come on.
Come on, what are you showing me here?
Come on.
Get to the chopper.
But meanwhile, back at the best story, this bit's gross, but it is pretty funny. This is the one bit with Erica in this episode that's kind of funny. It's her just banging this thing for no reason that might have acid in it. But then it becomes a comedy skit where she's like, hey, I may run out of food or water. And it's like, the character doesn't feel genuine, you know? I want one moment of her starting to panic or, the reality to set in of, oh, fuck, this is a problem. Missed opportunity that we didn't have Steve beat these guys up and take their clothes. We
Yeah.
kind of do that later. I like this bit. There is some genuine suspense for a second because again, Steve plays the scene really well. Like that look on his face of, oh shit, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, Erica, it's a good thing you didn't drink it.
Yep. Holy mother of God, that got clipped out in a lot of trailers stuff. So you're telling me you buy that the Russians infiltrated America and built all this in secret in less than a year.
Oh,
Yeah, this is where it's like, yeah, you guys just aren't a good couple. Now it's annoying.
oh, now you agree with me. Jared says Cabin Fever is winning the poll. I can't wait.
Fine. No, it's fine.
It's fine.
I'm open minded to it. Unfortunately, the only Eli Roth movie I've seen is probably his best one. But
Cabin Fever's not
curious
bad.
how I'll react to. Yeah. At least it's not on the wheel for the remake.
No, it probably should have been, but it's fine.
But this Nancy stuff is okay. This is kind of that season 4 feel.
I like Nancy in this season. My only complaint is that one scene that we talked about that neither of us really like.
Yeah.
And that's where that kind of double standard again starts to come in. If Steve had acted like that in the first couple of seasons, he would have been the bad guy.
Meanwhile,
at the Terminator. But yeah, Jareth, we're gonna watch Cabin Fever and then play Resident Evil 2
for the PS2.
There probably is a PS2 port of the original. Jareth, I think Cabin Fever is his best from what I've seen. I think it's his best until Thanksgiving. Or I'm sorry, Thanksgiving.
That is a layer to Hopper's character I kind of like, for one of our more traditionally masculine characters. He's also a shitty mechanic. I think that's kind of fun.
Son of a bitch.
This is the David Harbour chicanery that I really enjoy.
Yeah, no, this is where it's more more fun and like, oh, I like this.
7-Eleven.
Meanwhile, the 7-Eleven. Daddy, what's that home invasion movie he did with the girls? Oh, I haven't seen it, but I know it. Yeah, it's the Keanu Reeves movie. That's Eli Roth.
I've heard it's insane and kind of funny. That one I'd watch at some point.
Yeah, I do want to see it. I also want to see, it's not him, but Southland Tales. I think that's the name of it.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's got like The Rock and Sarah Michelle Gellar. It's the director of Donnie Darko. I've heard that movie's insane.
Weird. I haven't heard of that one. Before The Rock just played The Rock and everything.
Yeah. And no, I mean not really before, because that is 06.
I like this little bit that Joyce didn't forget about Will. She's calling to check on him. Because we haven't forgotten about Will.
Yeah, oh, knock.
She will in season 4. Also, Ana de Armas is in that, right?
Yes.
I feel like that was kind of one of her first big things. I mean, I don't think it got good reviews, but I've also heard it's insane.
Yes, she is in it. He's had a weird career, Eli Roth. Right? He starts out as like a horror guy. And then he's doing shit like Knock Knock and the house with a clock on its walls,
Yeah, that was his family movie. I heard that one was okay.
and then Borderlands.
Like, this is the bit where he's he's been building up Alexia as like this criminal, and then he ends with, "Oh, he's also a child murderer." Think he'd lead with that if he wasn't, lying.
Yeah, it's almost like he made it up at the. Uh,
That's
Eli
the bit.
Roth is the subway man in the Lost World. I think we talked about that,
Oh,
but
wait, what?
Eli Roth is the guy on the subway in the Lost World.
Are you thinking of Lonnie from Stranger Things?
What?
The guy who's
Eli
talking to Jeff
Roth
Goldblum?
is the subway guy.
But you're not talking about the guy talking to Jeff Goldblum.
Hold on, you got me all confused.
I just can't picture who you're talking about. You're like Subway guy. And I'm like, the only Subway scene I can think of is the weird guy talking to Jeff Goldblum, who would go on to be Lonnie in Stranger Things season 1.
Oh, you know what it is? Okay, so Wikipedia just says Subway Man, so I was like, wait a minute, because I had the same thing. I'm gonna send you this picture that shows you who it is.
Is he like extra number 12? Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yes,
that
I
iconic
standing in front.
character.
Well, no, yeah, because it's just the way it was worded. Because I forgot that we talked about it being Lonnie from Stranger Things. That's why you confused
Yeah,
me.
we've had that conversation.
I was like, wait a minute, I remember him being the subway guy. It turns out he's a different subway guy.
How many people are on that subway that we didn't know about? We're gonna find out like The Rock's one of them. It's also his first movie.
I've seen his first movie.
And then I was like, wait, is the Subway restaurant in that movie? Was that a thing yet?
I hate when they like label cameos like that. It's like, yeah, but there's a bunch of people in that subway. Which one is he?
That doesn't even count as a cameo. That's just like a gig he was able to get as an extra. He wasn't a name yet. Because, I mean, I think Quentin Tarantino kind of helps him get his career jump started. I don't know how far those two go back.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh my god. I do like this stuff we do with the chemicals because it lets you know early on these characters will not be saved. Like they are dying and becoming meat monsters.
They will not be safe.
You will not be safe.
Okay, yeah, I have seen The Rock's first movie because it was The Mummy Returns.
Of course.
That shitty CGI.
I still haven't seen The Scorpion King.
I loved that movie as a kid. I am terrified to go back.
That would be a fun watch party one day.
I'm
That'd be a
down.
good hangout movie. Now, I know what's her name, Natalie Dyer or something. Like I know she's been in movies during this. Do you think her career takes off more when this show's over?
Maybe, but she's also been in nothing but shit from what
Hmm.
I've
I
seen.
think there's one movie she was in that I heard was pretty good. Like
I
one of
like
those coming of
that.
age things.
Oh,
Yes, God, yes. I haven't seen it, but
I
I've
haven't
heard that
seen
one
it. I watched a horror movie this season.
already.
I don't remember, but it was essentially yet another demon haunting games they have to play, or the demon gets
Oh,
loose
of
or something.
course.
It's got Asa Butterfield in it. His name is
Oh, cool. I hope his career bounces back.
not based on that
He
movie.
was a
It
good.
won't.
Yeah, he was almost Spider Man. Poor guy. Yay, more exposition.
Why is Nancy so sweaty in the scene?
It's summer, John.
Betty, I think Joe Carey is going to focus more on music post Stranger Things. Maybe. I know he's got a couple of things lined up.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what he wants because he is one of the more breakout fan favorites, but also like, I don't know if he wants like he to me is the one who'd be more likely to get like a big IP role, like at Marvel or DC or something.
We
But I don't know if he wants that.
we've talked about it, but he was my pick for Johnny Storm.
He would have been good. I also
I
think
was
he'd be a good Nightwing.
close. I
Yeah.
was close with who they ended up going with, because he just had a main role on Fargo, which I still need to watch.
Oh, cool. And that, I mean, obviously would have been just a one season thing, but that's really neat.
Yeah, but when I say he just had, I mean like last year.
Wow. Yeah, it was during the 3 year Stranger Things I hate us.
And he was in that Free Guy movie.
Yeah, he had a smaller role.
He was in a movie called Marmalade this year, which I would like to see.
But if he wants to focus more on his music, I mean, that's cool.
I
I need
didn't.
to check more of it out.
I sadly didn't like. He was in that one movie about like this driver that becomes unhinged and starts filming himself like killing people or something. I didn't care
Hmm.
for it all that much. I see people say it would be a good Spider-Man, but I don't agree because his head is too square to look weird.
I
He
think he'd
could
be
be
a
a
fine
decent
Spider-Man.
like adult Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's the thing. It would just depend on the take because he's a little too old for high school, which is what we keep doing over and over again. But how do you feel about
Um,
Murray?
he is fine in doses.
I agree, which is why he doesn't bother me because we just went 4 episodes without him, so
I like
I'm
him
not like
better in
annoyed
this
to see him here.
season where he's not just a mouthpiece to explain to the audience that they're putting two characters together.
Yes.
I don't know why he became a regular. Like, sure, this season it makes
Yeah.
sense. Did we need to bring him back a third time?
Well, he speaks Russian, so he's the one who's got to go to Russia.
Can we stop with the characters being like, I'm not sure I believe that this is the thing we have to do, but we're going to do it anyway? Teddy disagrees. He likes Murray. I like Murray. It's small doses.
Yeah, exactly. He's comic relief. And by season 4, we have 9 comic reliefs, I think.
When everyone is comic relief, nobody is comic relief.
Okay, I'm gonna be that guy. Some of the sets here kind of suck. This looks real cheap.
Yeah.
we, we had to borrow some scraps from Power Rangers.
Listen, Tony Stark built this set in a cave with a box of scraps. Teddy, he's like B tier for me, not A tier, but not C tier.
Yeah,
Uh
that's where I'd put
yeah.
him.
I also don't have a lot of. I have maybe like three characters I put in the A tier in this show.
Yeah. But there aren't many I'd put in F tier, which can't be said about other shows, which is why I still find it mostly enjoyable.
Yeah.
Ew. Oh, Teddy, I don't think Dustin's a maybe. That's a shoe in for A tier, but I think I agree with your top three.
If if Dustin is an A tier, then like he's S tier. Like
Mhm.
you did it. You want to fight. Then he says Dustin is weird because it weirdly depends on the rewatch for me. Oh, see, I think once you get to him and Steve paired up in halfway through season two, he is consistently great.
Mhm.
Um, but you know, it's funny because I do have that with Scott Pilgrim. I have a different reaction to that movie every time I watch it. The last time I watched it, I was like, "This is like the cringiest thing ever." The time before that, I was like, "I love this movie." There are no in betweens.
That movie falls into that category of movie that like I should love because it's so a me thing, and then as a result, I'm like, it's fine, it's good. It's far from my favorite Edgar Wright movie.
Or
Because for a lot of people, it was like a religious experience, and I'm like, yeah, I
I
think it's all right,
mean, the
pretty good.
man made Shaun of the Dead. Like you're just never gonna surpass that.
Hmm.
I I was really let down with that anime that they made.
Yeah, it was weird. I never watched it. I just don't care about Scott Pilgrim lore. Again, I think the movie's fine. I think it's a brilliantly edited movie
Mm.
on a technical level. It's incredibly impressive.
That's like challengers. Like I don't know if that's a great script, but hot damn, the editing is just so good.
It looked like it made tennis exciting. I still need to watch
It's
it.
also way like weirdly mismarketed. It's
Yeah,
not like really an erotic movie like they tried to sell it
an
as.
erotic thriller. You mean there's not a double gangbang?
No. They had a
Define
friend
its
that was
purpose.
convinced that there was. It's like, I don't think that's true. And then I watched the movie, I was like, that's definitely not true.
I'm a sec. This type of joke always makes me laugh. All these kids here, including Lucas, are like, "Oh, we're family." It's like extended.
Well, that is funny.
That's a good bit. So this is our big blob episode. This is where we get that cliffhanger.
This rewatch is reminding me that the only thing I ever remember when I think of this season is just the Russia stuff. Because I don't remember any of this. Seriously, Jonathan looks like he's been punched in the face like a dozen times.
uh, and again, so here's our big apology scene, so we can keep them together. But it's also that Nancy was completely in the right and did nothing wrong, and this should be a two-way apology.
It's almost like I've been saying that from the pilot.
Don't do that. You're gonna get killed by a vending machine.
What like would have heard when we were a kid? Damn candy. That's the true proper use of that power. Death to vending machines.
So Teddy just said he can get annoyed with characters who know everything, which I mean is fair. Dustin does get a lot of the bulk of the exposition season to season, but he said he loves that Dustin was wrong about Vecna and kind of fucks up in season 4, and I agree. Season 4 ends in a really emotional, surprising place with Dustin. That's kind of new territory for him that I'm really excited to see him fought. Because we've talked about this before, where for these first 3 seasons, Dustin's the character who's never that traumatized or has had to deal with that severe personal loss. At the end of 4, we get that.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see what they give him in 5.
No, but I do love that bit in 4 where they're like arguing on the rock. He's just like, boom! Out of nowhere. Again, can we stop with the strobe effect?
I know. It's not as bad as it was at the end of 1. That was like
No, it isn't.
impossible to look at, but
It's
it's
like
still annoying. And now we get evil Jake Busey, which is always great. I still can't believe they put Jake Busey in The Predator and fucked it up. God damn that movie.
I forgot he was in it.
Yeah, because he's the son of. They said he's the son of the character that Gary Busey played in Predator 2. And they did nothing with it.
You can't do that.
God damn it.
Oh, fuck you, Shane Black.
God, like I love you, but what happened, man?
No, like I like Shane Black. I have no respect for anyone who comes onto a set of a movie and just doesn't try.
I mean, they also reshot a lot of that movie. Like, it was a kind of a nightmare production.
Yeah,
That
but like
project
the
seemed doomed
very
from the start.
premise is flawed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's his tone. Yeah. No, that is the season that finally just cements them as Steve and Dustin have kind of changed from almost idolization to now they're brothers. They bicker like
Yes.
brothers.
One of the best modern romances ever.
You've got to watch From Dusk Till Dawn, the show, if you want to see more Jake Busey.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I
He
do want to finally watch that.
he plays Tom Savini's character.
That's
in the
great.
movie,
That's fun.
including the dick gun.
I think I want to say Jake Busey's in Starship Troopers. I think he's one of the guys in that. He's just one of those actors who's just kind of always been around, but he's good.
Yeah. What year is Starship Trooper? Yes, he is. He plays Private Ace Levy.
Yeah, that movie's like 97 or 98 or something.
97. But what about his best role, Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3?
Oh. Nancy, run faster.
Must go faster.
Yeah, that shot was framed like Tina running from Freddy in Nightmare 1, but that's because she was in the dream world and logic and didn't make sense. Here, it's like Nancy, run faster. What are you
Mm.
doing? Here's Jake. I do like how brutal this scene is. It's like, oh god, you know, he really gets fucked up here, and then in the next episode he's fine. Can we get some security, please? And this cross cutting is really cool. The way we show both of them get each other's injuries, you know, because they're linked. And oh god, I mean, you kids are murderers. Welcome to my world, bitch. Oh, wrong movie.
Yeah, I do wish that they had more human reactions to like stuff like, "Oh, we just killed someone."
Yeah.
Stop it with the lights. Get some help.
Stop it. Yeah, now it's like, come on, stop it. Oh god, they're turning into the thing. And Jake Busey's such a good actor. He just did all this. This is all on camera.
I figured it looks really realistic.
This is when you leave.
And get the gasoline. Just burn this whole fucking building to the ground. No, I do kind of have that though, where it's like, this doesn't feel like the same mind flayer that possessed Will.
Yeah, but we're doing something different with it. That's cool. And again, it's like it's the only season we have that. Well, until the very end.
No, I
But
mean
you
I
know,
like this stuff. It's
it
just
doesn't have a
different
Demogorgon.
for the
You know.
sake of being different is not the correct choice.
Yeah. But to be fair, they do establish that the main host, Billy, is different. Billy doesn't turn into a goo monster. It's his victims that become the pawns
Yeah, but
that
like,
turn
why
into
wasn't
this
Will
thing.
doing this?
He was always like with Joyce and the others, and that was a much shorter window of time.
All right, that was season 3, episode 5.